And time now for the CTV Environment Watch series. In this episode, Dennis Springer takes a closer look at the impact drought has on the economy and the stress placed on the water company to meet the water supply demand.
Over the last week, in looking at the effects of global warming and climate change, I chose to look at drought for a special reason, in that governments in the Caribbean have mitigating measures for other natural disasters, but none that I know of that deals with drought, more so a severe drought. Another reason for choosing drought is because we may be heading into a serious drought situation without realizing it. I mentioned before the 5-year cycle. Looking back to the drought of 2005, which had a devastating effect not only in America but also in the Caribbean. We saw another drought crisis in 2010, which gave me cause for concern about the 5-year cycle because we are now in 2015 and it was another year of creeping drought. So our government and water agencies must put measures in place to mitigate the effect of another bout of drought. Drought, as I have mentioned, has a serious implication on those who have to undergo a severe bout of drought. It can have economic, environmental, and social impacts, especially on health. And again, it can have political impacts. Tonight, I want to concentrate on the economic impacts that cost farmers or businesses money. Farmers may lose money if a drought destroys their crops, obviously, on which their livelihood depends because they expect to make a profit. Remember, it is an investment they are making to reap some rewards. If a farmer's water supply is too low or disrupted, the farmer may have to spend more money on irrigation. He will also have to spend more money on feed and water for animals. He may need to bring in or truck in water from the suppliers to his farm. One of the major effects is that drought dries sources of drinking water and thereby puts a strain on everyone in the community. People get into a bad mood because they have not cleaned their teeth or had a proper wash, etc. It is also costly for the supplier, as in the case of Wasco, the water authority in St. Lucia, who has to spend money trucking water to vulnerable areas. And lastly, people have to pay more for food because in a St. Lucian scenario, food will have to be imported, which always costs more money. So on Wednesday, we will be looking at the social impacts and hope that you will tune in because of the importance of this new segment on drought.